So today I wanted to talk about a few things I'm going to be changing. I have updated my podcast to a new name, The Hero's Mind. The reason why is when I originally started the podcast, it was entitled Chatty Patties. And it was going to be a comedic podcast about me just messing around with my friends, having fun, silly times. That fell through, and I decided to utilize it to help myself move forward by talking out my problems. Due to the extroverted nature of me, I do better when I can get these thoughts out loud. And I wanted to see if I could help myself become something more. And motivational speaking became something very important to me as an ideal for what I could do. Why? Because I know I'm an eloquent speaker. And I come from a background of suicidal tendencies, including attempts many times over to try it. I come from backgrounds of hating myself, wondering why anybody would even like me, wondering who the fuck I am. What am I? And these are questions that nobody can answer for you but you. And so I made the podcast to go over the lessons I kind of thought about every week to see if saying them out loud to a camera would just help better myself. And honestly, it really has. And the YouTube channel was just an added benefit of that, so I could, see if I could get more energy walking around, see if I could really understand myself, and hopefully just broaden my audience. I think I've gotten much, no. I've gotten much better as a person. And so these are the changes I'm making, because over the next week, I'm also going to be bettering the YouTube channel, making it pretty, more professional looking, overall, just a complete overhaul, along with the podcast. And I want to hope this will do something better for me. So let's transition here. Today's episode is entitled Fresh Start. So let me ask you, when you wake up every day and you look at yourself in the mirror, you think about who you are you happy? Is this where you thought you would be? Do you think you're good enough right now, or do you think you can be better? There's no shame in answering with you think you can be better, because that's the correct response. Because to being human is to suffer. We are built to suffer. We are built to move forward. Fear, anger, anything can be a motivator to reach that next step. Take it from me. Like, as I said, I am a suicidal person. Not anymore. I guess I should rephrase that. But I do think about it, kind of here and there. I do still not like myself that much, but it's gotten so much better. And that came through trial and error. That came through understanding who I am. That came through answering those questions of what can I be? And so this is what you should ask yourself. What can you be? If you're not happy with yourself today, then that means you see the flaws in yourself. And the reality is, as I have said before, that it's knocking down the foundation you built and starting over. But that's silly. I'm wrong about that. What it really comes down to is from the beginning of life, you are building the structure of you. And as you get older, you expand upon it, build upon it, and fix what you've messed up. Because a lot of times we'll sloppily build just to kind of fast pass to the next stage. And as you get older, you start seeing these cracks, you start seeing these holes, you start seeing these flaws, you start seeing the weakness within your structure. And sorry, people are mowing my lawn. But what it comes down to is you want to make this better. And it takes time. It takes a lifetime. You can ask anybody, including 80 and above. It takes time. And so don't be ashamed to understand that you want to be better. Commit to goals that you can accomplish within a month. Instead of taking huge leaps and bounds, take the little steps. The little strokes are what complete the grand scheme of the painting you're trying to create. So if you think you can get a better job in the next month, or start looking at different options, or maybe you want to move out, or maybe you just want to take the first step into the career you've been dreaming of that you've been too scared to start. Maybe it's just starting a new hobby. Maybe it's asking out a person that you find attractive, beautiful inside and out, and you're too nervous thinking you're not good enough. These are all real steps that any of us can take to become better. And so if you can complete any of these goals within the next month, that means you're taking the proper steps to move to the next area in your life. I'm doing that all the time, no matter how small it is. I'm keeping a list of my stuff in my phone, and that's not normal for me. I'm a very disorganized person. Do the little things. If you want to work out and get healthier, start today. There's no such thing as a wrong step. Just remember, if you decide to diet and you fuck up on that day, don't start again the next day. Start again right then. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall. Just make sure to pick yourself back up. But I truly believe if you put the work in, and I'm telling you from my own experience, because I believe I'm phenomenally better than when I started all of this. That's the reason I want the fresh start. If you believe you're capable of achieving any of these little goals within a month, then you'll start achieving more and more because you'll know that you can achieve success. You know that you're worth something. And so with that, I don't want to spread this message any further than it has to go. Make a goals list. Set yourself up for success. Realize that you need to talk to people to figure out what's wrong with you. Realize that your structure is not perfect and it never will be, but it gets better over time. So start looking for those flaws and you know you have them and fix them little by little. It's not a day one task. It takes a lifetime. But I'm on the journey with you just like anybody else you know. And so with that, seriously, thank you for listening. I'm going to keep putting out more content. I'm going to keep getting better. And I hope you'll stick with me through this journey because it's difficult. And I want to help anybody who's willing to listen. And with that, hey, seriously, thank you for listening. Really.